Good afternoon and welcome to the most beautiful harbour in the world for a very, very special episode of LE Live. I'm Sophie Falkiner and this afternoon I'm joined by Gordy Bayne from Luxury Escapes for LE Live at Sea. How you doing?
Ready to cruise.
Absolutely. It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, I mean, we're in Sydney, one of the most beautiful ports to cruise in and out of. And of course, we're aboard Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas.
Absolutely. What do you love about cruising?
Well, I think the most important thing about cruising is that you unpack once. So unlike hotel travel, where you're in and out of hotels, once you board the ship, close in the wardrobe, and away you go.
And it's kind of like a one-stop shop because everything's under one ship's roof, really, isn't it?
It is. And I mean, this ship itself has 4,800 passengers on board, Sophie. So 1,500 staff, so there's a lot of people looking after a lot of people. But the beautiful thing with this ship is that there's something to do for everybody. And if you want to come to the Celeria, adults only, and enjoy and relax, you can. And as you can see, it's nice and relaxing and tranquil. Or you can be part of all the wonderful things that there is to do on board, from iFly through to the Flowrider, all the restaurants, and all the exciting things that you can do.
So you can be completely active or you completely chillax and have a glass of champagne.
Flop and drop or kick back into cruise control.
Okay, it's incredible how much cruising has changed in the past few years, isn't it?
It is. I mean, you look around, it really is the next generation of cruising and the next generation of holidaying, and people have been doing it for years. I mean, this is one of the first modes of transport in the world, and now we've got ships, you know, with so much technology on board, and we're going to see some of that later on. And of course, you know, cruising is popular for all ages now. It's not just for the mature client.
No, it's not.
Families, young couples, it's available for everybody.
Okay, well, I've got a fun fact for you. Okay,
Good.
Did you know Australians are the biggest cruisers on the planet per head of population? That means there's more than 1.2 million Australians took a cruise holiday last year alone, which is massive.
Big numbers. And you know, the exciting thing is for people that cruise out of Australia, I mean, 1.2 million, that's the same amount of people, Sophie, that travel to Bali on holiday. And so lots of people are doing it, particularly, you know, out of Australia or around Europe. And we'd really love to encourage everyone to look at Luxury Escapes, join the website and come and have a look, because we've got some amazing deals on board that we'll talk about later.
We do, absolutely. And I'd like to encourage all the viewers there at home, if you have any questions or comments, you just want to say that Gordy looks great in his outfit, just let us know. Okay, thanks so much. We'd better hurry up, Gordy, because in a matter of hours, Ovation of the Seas will be leaving Sydney Harbour with 4,800 guests on board and travelling to the South Pacific. I wish I was on that boat.
I would too. New Caledonia, Vanuatu, exciting.
Oh, so nice. This means that, Gordy, I have only 30 minutes to show you this magnificent ship before it's time to leave all these lucky passengers to set sail. I wish I could stow away.
Well, I'm ready to show all of our Luxury Escape viewers around this beautiful ship today, so I'm ready when you are.
Are you ready for the 30-minute challenge?
I'm ready.
Are you really ready?
I've got drink in hand.
Okay, you better run.
Good. I'll see you later.
Okay, see you later. Well, I hope you've got your joggers on because you'll need them, Gordy. I'll see you soon. Okay, while Gordy gets a move on, let me give you a rundown of what's on board Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas. Get ready for it. Ripcord by iFly, simulated skydiving at sea in a 3-metre wind tunnel. Sounds like fun. North Star, a jewel-like capsule 90 metres above sea level, offering a 360-degree views of the ship and the ocean. 270, an entertainment venue featuring robotic dancing, video screens, digital projection and high-flying aerialists and performers. You're not going to get bored. Okay, Seaplex, the largest indoor activity space at sea, with bumper cars, roller skating, a full-size sports court, a circus school and much, much more. Bionic Bar with 2 robotic bartenders. You have to see it to believe it. Jamie's Italian, Jamie Oliver's first Australian restaurant at sea, and I've heard it is absolutely delicious. There are 17 other dining experiences, including the Wonderland, a genuine pub and Royal Caribbean favourites like Chops Grill Steakhouse and Azumi Japanese. And who doesn't love a little bit of sushi and sake? Okay, a world-class art collection with 11,000 pieces worth a staggering $5.9 million, all here on this ship. It's crazy. Okay, all right, enough from me. We're on a deadline, and I believe Gordy is standing by somewhere on this huge ship, so let's go for a live cross. Gordy, are you in? Can you hear me? Okay.
Thanks, Sophie. So excited to be up here on Ovation of the Seas. On top of the ship, I've got the beautiful Sydney Harbour Bridge just to my right and the amazing Flowrider on board. Next generation of cruising, guys. You can actually surf or boogie board on board the ship. And what's amazing is Flowrider is exclusive to Royal Caribbean. 35 miles per hour this Flowrider goes. I'm not going to get in there today. We've got the amazing Alex who's actually demoing the Flowrider today, and for anyone that can basically come on board and have a go, you can stay on as long as you want, of course, until you fall off. So the amazing Flowrider. And just behind we've got the amazing iFly, again exclusive to the Royal Caribbean ships, and you can iFly on 3 of their amazing ships around the world as well. That amazing iFly, 120 miles per hour. So again, as long as you're over the age of 3, you're able to get in there with an instructor. They can demo it for you, and you can have an exciting time on board, and of course it's all complimentary.
Here in Wonderland, the story begins as you open the menu and find your element, whether it be sun, ice, fire, water, earth and dreams.
Sophie.
Hello, how are you?
Really good, how are you?
Good, what do we have here?
I have something special dish for you here. Buffalo chicken eggs all the way from the fire elements.
Fire element.
Yes.
And what element is this one?
And coming up, I have the ice elements. We have the red and white sashimi tuna. And
that looks good, it's my favourite.
Amazing.
And here, this looks as pretty as a picture.
beautiful, it's a beautiful garden all the way from the sun elements. This is one of our signature dish. Moving forward, I have one of the main course dish. We have the crispy branzinos cooking together with the crispy bread.
Lovely.
Excellent.
This looks delicious.
One of the
as
main
well.
course dish as well, we have the slow roasted chickens together with the mashed potato bok choy. A beautiful presentation there.
And what do your guests say when they come and dine here? What's the feedback you get?
Well, they all leave the restaurant with amazing face.
Amazing smiles?
Yes.
Very, very happy. Because you wouldn't expect to have such gourmet fare on board a cruise ship, but this really is next level, isn't it?
Yes, it's a very different restaurants here. It's all about the experience.
Well, I can't wait to tuck in and have a taste. Thanks so much, Jen, for your time.
Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, I could stay here all day, but the clock is ticking. Gordy, where on the Ovation are you? Someone said you're in the bar again.
Well, good afternoon, Luxury Escape members. I'm so excited to be here on the Ovation of the Seas. We are at the Bionic Bar. That's exactly right. Robotic bartenders that make any drink that you could possibly want. Please meet my wonderful bartenders. One is called Shaken and one is called Stirred. So they're going to make us one of 30 delicious cocktails that you can try on board here from the menu at Bionic Bar. Ovation of the Seas has 28 bars on board, so there's plenty to do, plenty of drinks to go and try, and I'm so excited to be trying one of these world firsts, robotic or bionic bar drinks. Right now I have got a beautiful Long Island iced tea that they've been able to make me, which is delicious, and coming up next I should have a beautiful Cosmopolitan. Let's give this a go. Here it comes. So I've ordered a Cosmopolitan, and I couldn't think of anything better than trying a beautiful Cosmo at sea on Ovation of the Seas. Cheers. Exactly the same as a Cosmo. Absolutely delicious. We love it. I guess the one thing with cruising, as we all know, is gastronomy, food and wine is all exactly the type of experience that you should be expecting when you board this high quality ship. And one of the great things with cruising is, of course, the beverage packages that you're able to buy. You've got a non-alcoholic option, which is about $30 a day, and you've got the alcoholic option, which is $70 a day. So for $70 a day, you're able to have as many of these as you like. And of course you can have glasses of wine at dinner, cappuccinos, lattes, soft drinks. It's all available to you. Great value for money, and it's definitely worth purchasing as well. So what we're going to do now is now that we've tried these beautiful drinks, we're going to see what's happening and what questions you're asking across Alley Live. Firstly, I'm going to introduce you to Cam. Cam is from our Royal Caribbean family. Come on in, Cam.
Hey, Gordy.
Cam, talk to us about, obviously, Bionic Bar talk to us about,
Well, look, Bionic Bar was the first actual bionic bar in the world. So we developed this technology specifically for Royal Caribbean. It's only available on our Quantum class ships and also some of our Oasis class ships. And it's a lot of fun. They actually also do a dance routine.
Yes.
So sometimes we'll have a DJ in here and the pre-programmed routines, and this is very entertaining.
I guess when we look at something like Bionic Bar and being the first in the world, it very much is technology meeting mixology.
Absolutely. And look, this ship, Ovation of the Seas, is worth about $1 billion. So the technology that we put into developing and constructing the ship is phenomenal, and a lot of world firsts that we've never before seen on a ship before.
Yeah, great. Excellent. All right, should we answer some questions?
I think we should.
Great. You hold the mic.
Thank you.
Right. How many people can you fit in a cabin?
That's a very good question. Okay, so a standard cabin holds up to 4 people,
right,
but we do have some family staterooms that can hold 5 or beyond, and we also have interconnecting. Okay. So mum and dad can be in one cabin, and then the kids can be next door, and there's a door between the two of them.
And what about generation travelling, Cam?
Intergenerational cruising is massive. So the grandparents come on board, their kids and the grandkids, and the best part about it is you do not have to spend the whole holiday together. So you get time to do your own thing, then you can meet up at dinner time, go out, have a drink afterwards. It's great fun.
And what about things like special meal requests? People with allergies.
Look, everyone has a food allergy these days, and we cater to them on board. So we have gluten-free dietary requirements. We have low salt, low fat, everything. Whatever you name it, we can actually cater for it on board.
Next question from one of our Alley Live viewers is, do I get all of my meals and drinks included free when I
That's a very good question. We do have meals included. We do have some beverages, water stations, juice stations, basic tea and coffee. And we also have specialty restaurants where you pay a small fee to dine in one of those restaurants. Okay. But you don't have to. If you don't want to, you can enjoy all the complimentary food you like.
Great. Excellent. All right. Well, let's ask one more. What kind of nightly entertainment would we see on board the ship?
Look, at night time is when the ship absolutely comes alive. So we have some amazing spectacular production shows. In the 270 lounge, we have aerial performers, we have live music, we have a DJ in a nightclub, there's dance classes, there's constant entertainment for you to get involved in.
Great. Well, look, I think we've really covered one of the most amazing parts of what I think is my favourite part of the ship. So without further ado, I'd love to pass back to Sophie, and I think, Sophie, we've got someone really amazing that we're going to be talking to next.
Okay, this adventure on board Ovation of the Seas just gets better and better. Right now I'm at 270, an incredible 2-story immersive multimedia entertainment venue complete with dancing robo screens that will blow your mind. Seriously, what an incredible place. And you're right, Gordy, I do indeed have someone very special with me today. I'm joined by the cruise director for Ovation of the Seas, Joff Eaton. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
What's it like being a cruise director?
It's great. It's probably I get the fun part of everybody's job on board. I look after anything with regards to entertainment and guest activities. So in terms of shows, events, live music, dance programs, sports programming, youth programming, anything fun comes under our department.
And what's so special about Ovation of the Sea, about this particular ship?
Well, we have some very unique venues. We're very innovative. We're full of technology. The venue we're in now, 270, as you mentioned about robo screens. We have 6 robots with huge video walls on board attached to them, which interact with the performers during the course of the shows. And the view that we have just in front of us, of course, which is 270-degree views of the sea, hence the name 270. And by night, these turn into screens, which again we can project any image or motion that we want to for the shows.
Fantastic. Now, on board at night, people like to put their party shoes on. They like to have a good time. What can people expect here?
Well, we have 8 venues on board. We have 3 main venues in terms of the theatre, which has 2 production shows with a cast of 25. And in addition to headliners and comedy acts and variety acts. And then this venue plays host to a show with a cast of 16. And in here also we do various theme nights and parties and interactive game show evenings. And then there's a venue called Music Hall, which plays host to tribute bands. And depending where we're cruising, at the moment out of Sydney, the likes of NXS, AC/DC bands, Beatles, you name it, they all sort of come on and entertain our guests.
I want to come and party with you.
You're welcome, anytime, anytime.
Okay, I think it's time to do a little bit of myth busting because people often complain that they'll get seasick out on a ship. What would you say to that?
Well, these ships are so big now, they're so full of the latest technology in sailing that you very, very rarely feel any movement. They're just so big. And obviously, depending where you are on board as well, you can always find a place that is nice and gentle, nice and calm.
How about for the claustrophobic people out there? I can answer it already. I'm claustrophobic and I am fine on here. It's massive. But what do you find?
Well, I speak to loads of guests every single cruise. And the guests that tend to cruise in for the first time, who I speak to at the end of the cruise, and I ask why, what did you think about your cruise? And one of the first comments is, we really thought there would be a lot more closed in or trapped. And everybody finds their niche. There's no one place which is over busy at all. And actually, the busy places are the places you want busy and be part of a party atmosphere. But apart from that, there's always a place to find that's just unique to you.
And how about for those people who think they might be bored on a ship? They're on here for a while, there's nothing to do. Clearly there is. What would you say to them?
Well, there's a couple of things to do per minute. From first thing in the morning right to last thing in the night. There are shows, events. As I mentioned, we have 6 live music bands that play throughout the course of a day. There's Seaplex, of course, which is home to bumper cars, roller skating, trapeze. We take the guests to the top of Seaplex and we teach them to trapeze upside down.
After lunch, I hope.
Before lunch normally, and then soccer, football, cricket. Anything we want to in Seaplex. There's the North Star, which takes guests almost 300 feet above sea level in a capsule, so they get a bird's eye view of the ship, and we can take them over the side of the ship and wave at people on balconies and take them up and over. iFly, of course, which is our wind tunnel, so skydive simulation. There's masses to do, and anybody who says that, who might think beforehand there's not enough to do on board, no, there's more than enough.
Well, this is only a 30-minute show, and I think that you could fill it all in with the activities you have here.
Well, it's a very busy program, and we keep everybody very busy first thing in the morning right through till last thing at night.
Do you have any final tips for anyone who has never been on a cruise before?
Well, I would say get to know the crew. There's a crew of 1,600 on board this ship, and all the crew knows something about the ship, something about the itinerary, where we're going. So speak to the crew, meet the crew, and they will tell you those little gems that will just make your cruise experience more enhanced.
Well, Joff, I love your passion. You're obviously very good at your job. Happy sailing.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, thank you. Okay, Gordy and I have one final and very special location to show you, but it's going to take me a few minutes to get up there, and that's a little bit of a clue, so just stand by. Okay, so to buy me a few minutes, let me cross to an interview Gordy and I recorded just before we boarded Ovation of the Seas today.
Wasn't it great catching up with Joel before? I mean, who knew that more Australians actually travel anywhere else in the world than just cruising?
I know, well, I'm not surprised when you're on an incredible ship like this. And you see the magnitude of it, it really is an epic, luxurious ship in every possible way.
And look, we have kept the best till last. We're on board here at North Star, which is one of the most amazing things at sea, but we're joined by Cam from Royal Caribbean today, who's going to talk to us all about North Star and also Royal Caribbean.
Take it away, Cam.
Absolutely. So look, North Star, we are in a beautiful jewel-shaped capsule. It's exclusive to our Quantum class ships on board Royal Caribbean, and it actually moves. So it goes up to 92 metres above the sea level, and then it offers spectacular 360-degree views around. So we're just behind the Sydney Harbour Bridge at the moment. When North Star is completely upright, you're about the same height as the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
That's huge.
It's pretty exciting, and we've even had couples get married in here.
And how long does it take?
It's about 15 minutes, and it's a complimentary experience, so you're not paying anything additional to enjoy North Star.
That could be you and I, Gordy. We get married in here. What do you say?
Okay, well, we're allowed to now, so. Well, I am anyway.
So yeah, look, it's one of the most exclusive opportunities for our guests to enjoy on board, and it's incredibly popular and just offers spectacular views, whether you're in port or even out at sea.
And like we're talking about being able to have a meal in here, a romantic meal. Talk to us about all the other restaurants available on board.
Well, we have about 18 dining options on board Ovation of the Seas, so there are plenty of places to eat, including none other than Jamie's Italian. So we have Jamie Oliver. Well, Jamie Oliver's not here himself, but his exclusive Italian restaurant is on board. It's exactly the same quality and experience that you would experience shoreside, and it's just a wonderful Italian experience.
And so with cruising, obviously, the old sort of buffet style really has changed quite a bit.
It's changed a lot. People's perception of food on cruise ships maybe wasn't so good in the past. Now you can actually enjoy the finest food, whether you're at sea or whether you're at land on board a ship. And
I think if you are looking for things like to see the pictures and how all the food, the high standard, come to luxuryescapes.com. You'll be able to check out all of the beautiful product on board on our site today, which has got all the beautiful food there as well.
Absolutely. Now, I think, Gordy, you have a wonderful deal for all our Luxury Escapes people.
We do. We've actually got two.
Okay, take
We've
it
got
away.
two
Come and
deals.
tell us.
So, of course, we're on Ovation of the Seas today with Royal Caribbean, so it's appropriate that we have amazing packages. We've actually got an early bird special. So we've got two offers for 2019. I'm going to start with the first one. Leaving out of Sydney on Ovation of the Seas. It's a 11-day cruise, and basically from Sydney travelling into the South Pacific. So visiting two beautiful destinations like Vanuatu and New Caledonia. All of the three different pricing options, and they're all sort of similar in price range, starting from $1,913 per person, so $1,913 per person, which includes your one night pre and post accommodation, and of course your cruise on Ovation of the Seas. All of our pricing at Luxury Escapes are balcony cabins. So no portholes, no windows, you have your own slice of the ocean in front of you.
Fresh air.
And you can enjoy, obviously, when you come into Sydney Port, which is one of the hottest places to travel cruise into, you're able to actually be out and see everything as well, which is pretty amazing. Now, that departure leaves Sydney on the 9th of April 2019, so plenty of time to get organised. All you've got to do is go to luxuryescapes.com this afternoon and obviously check that out, research it, and then obviously buy now as well. Our second itinerary is leaving on the 30th of March for next year in 2019. Again, balcony cabins. Our pricing for our New Zealand itinerary starts from $2,052, so about $2,000 per person. A beautiful itinerary that travels from Sydney down into the Milford Sound, and also Dunedin, Picton, and then back to Sydney as well. So two amazing itineraries for 2019. So 12 months to obviously get everything organised, but go to luxuryescapes.com and you'll be able to buy those exclusive offers. Get in quick. Those cabins won't last long.
They'll fill up quickly, won't they?
They will.